Assalamualaikum everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm back at Mercedes-Benz Brampton for a special review. So today the car that I'm reviewing is the 2024 Mercedes-Benz GT 63 two-door, the second fastest, most powerful production vehicle of Mercedes-Benz. So let's start this full in-depth review by talking about the history of Mercedes-Benz GT model. The Mercedes-Benz GT. At September 2014, the Mercedes-Benz GT was introduced to the world. It was a two-door big V8 car that was released to everybody as the Mercedes-Benz supercar. But the car was actually revealed on October at the Paris Motor Show. So this car was one of the most eye-catching vehicles because it was a Mercedes-Benz that had a front mid-engine with a big V8 that's powering more than 550 horsepower. After the SLS, Mercedes didn't have any cars that were similar. So when this car came out, it was really popular. But today, we have the 2024 version of this car. The last production car of the GT was the GT Black Series. After that, that entire generation got discontinued. So this is the all-new generation, and today I'm going to show you all of the things you need to know. Just letting you know, the GT has multiple trims. So the GT starts with the 43 that has a 3-liter inline-six. Then it has the 55 that has the same engine, but it has a bit less horsepower. Then it's the 63 that has a bit more horsepower, but the top of the line of the 2025 Mercedes-Benz GT is the GT 63 SE Performance that has electric power, so it's a hybrid, but it has more than 800 horsepower on that car. So it's the fastest production vehicle of Mercedes-Benz, the GT63 SE Performance. But let's come back to this because in Canada, this is the car that we're getting until now. The new ones are going to be here sooner than enough. But let's start by showing you guys the key first. The key is pretty much same as the new Mercedes-Benz keys. So you have the Mercedes logo here, you have the AMG written, you have the unlock and the trunk opening, and it says AMG at the back as well. The key has some weight to it, so it actually looks really nice. But let's start by showing you guys the front. So the entire car is redesigned. So that's why the car looks way better than the previous generation or the previous model. First of all, you have the Panamericana grille here with the Mercedes-Benz logo and your front camera with your parking sensors and the AMG badge on the grille. But there's something different. You can see there's more bigger openings at the bottom. Why is that? Because you need more cooling, and it's for downforce, because as this has the 4-liter twin-turbo V8, that's why you have one oil cooler here, one oil cooler there. So it can suck all the air in and take it inside. This car has the exterior AMG carbon fiber package. That's why you can see the front lip is also carbon, and then you have some more carbon touches all around. If you come closer, you can see the AMG badge, and then you can see the carbon lip on the front that actually looks good with this metallic color. You have the Mercedes-Benz logo and your front 360-degree camera and the parking sensors. You have the AMG alphabet logo on the top instead of the normal Mercedes logo that all the new AMGs get. You get 4 parking sensors at the front, 2 vents on the side that are for airflow, and then 2 big intakes for the oil coolers to get cooled. It's pretty nice, to be honest. But let's talk about the headlights. The Mercedes-Benz GT gets the full digital lights, and it's really nice and really powerful. So let me just quickly go inside and turn those on. So when you unlock the car, actually, you can see the DRLs slowly turn on. And then when you come closer, it says digital light on the bottom, and it says AMG on the side. Overall, it's a pretty nice headlight. It's very powerful. It's really good looking. But now let's come to the car's engine, because the Mercedes-Benz GT from 2014 to the 2024 generation, it's been a very successful car for Mercedes-Benz, because in the German industry, the only competitor for this car is probably Audi R8. But the Audi R8 got discontinued, so the Mercedes is only model and the only manufacturer in Germany to make cars like this, except Porsche. But obviously, Porsche is like in a different level, so that's not introduced here. If we come to the car's front safety systems, you can see this car has a dash cam inside. You have your 2 cameras there for your safety systems and all that. You have rain sensing wipers. Everything is nice and cool. And you obviously have that different windshield like the S-Class gets. At night, it turns into the rainbow color so you can't see inside, and it's completely legal. So now let's come to the car's engine. So let's show you what's the powertrain of the Mercedes-Benz GT. So now let's open the hood. Let's show you guys what's the powertrain of this car. So it has the same kind of door handles like the S-Class does. So when you swipe your hand over it, it unlocks and then you can open the door. So typically on Mercedes vehicle cars, you have to open the hood from the driver's side, just pull it once, and then there is a lock here, except the S-Class. The S-Class, you have to pull it twice. But if we just open the hood, you can see there it is. This is a handcrafted 4-liter twin-turbo V8 that is producing different horsepowers in different vehicles. But with this 4-liter twin-turbo V8 that's handcrafted, so it's built by hand. And the person who built this engine actually has his signature right there. It says Mercedes-Benz AMG Germany. It says handcrafted by this person. It says AMG right there. You have the 2 big turbos there. And then this is for putting oil inside. That's your fluid check stuff. And then here you have your Mercedes-Benz logo. 2 massive intakes, like I mentioned. It needs that cooling. You have insulation on the top, and obviously you have the heat reduction so it doesn't burn the paint on the hood. But let's come to the car's powertrain now completely. With this 4-liter twin-turbo V8, it has a 9-speed multi-clutch automatic transmission. The powers are going to 4 of the wheels, but as this car has 4MATIC Plus, you can disconnect the front axles and be only rear-wheel drive. This car is producing 577 horsepower and 850 Newton meters of torque, but the GT63E Performance is producing more than 800 horsepower because of the hybrid assistance. A lot of people can be like, with the weight and stuff, you don't necessarily need that weight reduction for that power, but it is way faster, so it's completely worth it. That's going to be pretty much it for the engine. It's a very good engine. It sounds great and everything. And it's probably one of the best 4-liter, you know what? Probably one of the best V8s in the world. A lot of people will ask me, what is the competitors of this car? So if we go on German, BMW doesn't have anything to compare with the GT. Audi had their R8 before, but if we go to the Italians, you can say the Lamborghini Huracan, but as it's discontinued, it's going to be the successor of that. And from Ferrari, it's probably the 296 GTB, but those cars are a bit more expensive. But this has better performance, looks probably better, and probably gaps any other BMWs on the road like the M5 CS. Now, let me show you the car's side profile. Let's start by showing you the wheels. So this car, like I said, it's filled up with options, like it's fully loaded. So these cars have this beautiful full matte black forged wheel. You can get different wheels on this car, but with the spec, this wheels actually look nice. You have Michelin Pilot Sport S5 on this. So this is probably the most stickiest tire you can get on the market. And the front wheels are 295/30 ZR21s. You have your 10-piston brakes at the front, but these are normal steel brakes, but you have drilled rotors. But you can option the carbon ceramic brakes on this car as well. You have the nice double Wilson suspension on the top, and this car actually has air springs, so it can configure the car's dampness on the car's suspension. If you come a little behind, you have the V8 BiTurbo written and 4MATIC Plus. You have this artificial grille here that just is there for looks. And the side skirt have this nice black treatment and the carbon treatment because of the exterior carbon package. So this car has the AMG Night package and the AMG carbon package. So that's why the price goes up and it actually looks much nicer. The mirror caps are carbon fiber. You have the hazard light and the car's 360 camera there. The side window trims are black because of the AMG Night package. You have the same door handles like the S-Class was introduced with. So if you just swipe your hand on top of it, it comes out. It says Mercedes-Benz right there. It illuminates. And because it's a coupe, you have the frameless door. If you want a convertible of the GT, because before the GT-C was the convertible model, but if you want a convertible now, Mercedes-Benz sells the SL63 as the convertible and this as the coupe. But let's not get to the interior yet. Let's save the best for the last. Let's come to the rear wheels. The rear wheels are actually more thicker than the front. It's 305/30 ZR21s. You have a bit smaller brakes, but same air suspension at the back. It has a limited slip differential. That's actually like really, really good. It handles the power more than enough. It's probably the best track machine that Germany ever saw, like on top. If we come on the side fenders, you can see how wide it is, and especially all Mercedes-Benz AMG vehicles just look really nice because of how goodly designed it is from the sides. Now if we show you the back, you have the AMG logo right there. You have the Mercedes-Benz star here, but before it was like completely chrome, but I think this is like a bit brownish chrome. You have the GT63 written here, but on the GT63E Performance, the entire badge is red and it says S at the side. Now I'm going to show you the rear, so let's get started with that. Let's start from the bottom and get to the top. As this car has the AMG carbon fiber package, that's why the entire diffuser is in carbon fiber, and this is a really expensive option, just letting you know. You have the quad tips because it's a 63. I mean, the 55 gets it too, but it's just a 63 thing to have quad tips. Like the 53 and the 43 gets quad tips as well, but it's not as big as this. It says AMG on top of it. You have your reflectors and your parking sensors, number plate slot right there. And one cool thing about this car, it didn't have a front number plate bracket, so that's why I think it looked way better. But the active wing opens and closes, but you can obviously get the fixed wing, but that's a different option. It looks pretty nice. The rear windshield is heated. Now I'm going to get inside and kind of turn on the rear tail lights because the design of them is actually really nice. There we go. When you unlock and open the door, the rear tail lights turn on. It's actually a really nice design, and it's completely OLED, and it actually says AMG on the tail lights. That's nice. For showing you guys the trunk space, you can actually open the boot from this button. So if you press it here, the power tailgate's going to open. A lot of people can say the Porsche 911s are better than this. Bro, it's just not about performance. It's about luxury the same way as performance. You're not going to get a power tailgate on a Porsche, right? You have more than enough room at the back, so you can carry a lot of stuff. You have your floor mats and your other stuff that you get with the car, like your first aid kit and all that stuff. You have this partial cover that actually comes out, and you can lock that from here, so it has this kind of barrier. But you have two buttons here. One is for closing the boot, one is for closing the boot and locking the car. We're pretty much done with the exterior. Now let's get into the interior. Now let's get inside. So swiping my hand again, and then I can get inside the vehicle. And when I do, I can close the active spoiler for you guys. So just if I put the car on, and let me just quickly turn on the hazards, and then if I want to close the wing, I can just press on this button. Just give me a second. If I just press on this button, the rear active spoiler can close. It didn't close, it's on sports, but if I want to open it again, there we go. And if you want it to be in automatic, that's possible as well. So that's pretty much it. Now let me show you the cars inside. So we're inside of the GT63. The interior and the inside, Mercedes has the best interior in the world. Like, come on, just look at this. You have the AMG comfort seats, so it says AMG here. These seats are really comfortable and it's buckety at the same time, so it's the perfect mixture of comfort and big buckets. It's just Mercedes. It has a panoramic roof, but it doesn't slide open. It just has the cover that it opens and closes. It's pretty nice, to be honest. And then if we start from the dash, you have your AC vents that are turbine design. It has ambient lighting on them. You have ambient lighting here as well. The entire dash is in black with white stitching. You have the airbag on the top. You have a lockable glove box with decent amount of room where you have your owner's manual of the GT63. It's how the GT63 has like full leather until here. So when you press this, you have some storage areas at the front with your two USB-C types for charging your mobile devices. It's pretty nice, to be honest. You can see you have the carbon trim because this car has the carbon package. You have a little handrest here for like what are you supposed to do with this? But it still looks nice because it's Mercedes. You have a wireless charger in there with two USB-C types and an ashtray and a cup holder. Pretty nice, to be honest. And then if we close that, you have the infotainment. I'm going to come to the infotainment a bit later, but it's a floating infotainment. So you can see there's nothing holding it back. So this can actually come forwards and backwards. You have your vanity mirrors on the top, and you have your microphones here for your voice command. The rear view mirror is auto dimmed. You have some controls here for your lights, and that's pretty much it. Now let me show you the car's infotainment system. Pressing on the ignition, that's going to turn on the screen. So this is pretty much the same screen as the S-Class or the C-Class, but it has some features that those cars don't get. You have your navigation that's standard on all Mercedes-Benz vehicles, and it is pretty nice because everything is configurable however you want. You can see it actually says it's a GT inside the map, and we're in the Mercedes-Benz dealership. That's cool. But if you go on home, you have more controls, like you have your app, so you can connect with the Mercedes-Benz app. You have the Mercedes-Benz store. You have the settings. So if you go on the vehicle settings, you can look at the assistance. Like you can control all your driving assistance, your collision assistance, your assistance for your safety, all the cameras. You can configure pretty much everything. parking, and your racetrack mode. And then if you go on vehicle, you can control your individual driving mode. You can control all your different comforts and easy entry stuff. And then you can also control how many times you want the car to turn its blinkers on when you lock the car or when you unlock the car. And then you just look at the GT60. It looks so nice. You have the headlight controls here. You have the system controls here for your Hey Mercedes and all your different stuff. And then you have your information. Yeah, whenever you say Hey Mercedes, the voice command actually comes on. So I'm going to quickly just do that. And then if you go back to home again, you have comfort, where you can control the massaging seats of this vehicle. You obviously have the seat bolsterings, and you have the ambient lighting like all Mercedes-Benz vehicles get. And it's pretty nice how you can configure it whichever color you want, or you can just change it just by yourself. I mean, this is probably the best features for Mercedes-Benz vehicles. It's just flexing your ambient lighting on Beamers. But yeah, it is what it is pretty much. If we go back, you have your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, radio, media, and you have your AMG performance. You can't see that until you press ignition again. So this is for how much you're braking, how much you're pressing on the gas, and all your different stuff. This is for the engine performance and everything else. You can see 577 and 590 pound-feet of torque. You can see the GT63 in the middle. You have your IWC watch. It does a nice animation too. I mean, it's a $200,000 car. Why not? Then you can see the fuel consumption that no one really cares. Gas prices are low in Canada, so that's nice. You have your track pace, where you can control some more stuff, but it's only for the track. Then you have your 0 to 60 timer, and then you have all of your different stuff. It looks good in my opinion. It's not bad. You have your AC controls placed right here, and that's pretty much it, I guess. If you pull this down, you have some more stuff, and we're pretty much done. If you press on the AMG button, you can look at the car's driving mode. So it starts with slippery, then you have individual, then you have comfort, and it actually says what are changing. Then you have sport, then you have sport plus, and then you have race mode. So that's like the top. And that's pretty much it for the drive selects. If you look at the cameras, you have the 360 camera. You can see the GT63 right there. I think the silver looks really nice in my opinion with those wheels. But you have the normal cameras right here for the back and the front and the sides. Pretty nice. Then you have your fingerprint scanner that you can set up, and then you have the volumes and other stuff. Now let me show you the car's steering wheel. So this car got the carbon fiber and Alcantara steering wheel. It's optional extra, so it has carbon on the top, and then it has Alcantara on the sides. So it feels really nice, but it just gets dirty really fast. And then you have the big pedals at the back, and then you have the controls here for your drive modes. So you can change that to sport, comfort, individual, slippery. I'm going to just keep it on race, because why not? You can control the rear spoiler and the front lip from here, and then you can change it to the traction, suspension, and all of your different stuff. These are same as normal Mercedes-Benz vehicles. Your gear knobs here, your hazards are here. It's pretty simple. Now let me show you the car's instrument cluster. So let's turn that on. It does a nice animation while turning off and turning on, but it just never does it when I'm doing the video. So this is the normal screen. It's pretty simple. It's pretty nice. But if you want to change some stuff, you can actually control it through here. So I have to press it again. My bad. And then if I press on this, I can configure it this side. I can configure it this side. It's completely configurable. So if I want to do that right now, if I press on home, first of all, you have the track pace, the full-on track. All the AMG vehicles get this now. You have the Super Sport, where you have the navigation at the center. Then you have this normal sports screen. Then you have the classic, and then you have the normal ones that are right there. And this is for the complete navigation inside. This is for your assistance and service. But we're gonna keep it through this one because it just looks good at the end of the day. But when you change the driving modes, it doesn't really come on the screen, but you can obviously have that look right there. It's pretty simple, to be honest. You can see all of your different stuff from here and your drive modes and all of your different features, but it's just all about the driving performance of this car. If you look at the car's heads-up display, it has a pretty nice heads-up display, but it's just very hard to see the stuff. But yes, it does have a heads-up display, but it's just really bright outside. That's why it's not visible. If you come back, The steering says AMG right there. It's carbon, and it's probably the best steering I ever felt on my hands. So this car gets the Burmester high-end sound system. That's why there's a tweeter right there from Burmester. Then you have the vents here with the AC vent here like a turbine. Then you have your headlight controls and your parking brake. Then you have your dead pedal, brake pedal, and gas pedal. Then you have no controls here because it's a Mercedes. All of the controls are on the top. But you have the AMG side sills right there. You can see the Burmester speaker on the top. Then if you get down, you have your ventilated and heated seats. You can control the passenger seat from here, and your memory seats and your seat controls. Just for opening the door, your unlock and lock. You have the carbon trims here with the window openers and the exterior mirrors. You have your trunk opener. You have a bit of storage right here for your bottles. You have another speaker here. You have the side reflectors so people can know when the door is open. So if you guys liked this video, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I just wanted to say thanks to Mercedes-Benz Brampton for providing their cars to me. I have been reviewing their cars from almost 2021, so it's been like a long way with us. I did forget to show you guys the gas tank, but if the car's unlocked, it opens up, then you can fill up your gas tank with 94. The minimum is 91, but it's overall really good. If you need any cars, I'll link Wasif's information in the description so you can talk to him. Thanks to Nikhil and thanks to the general manager and everybody else at Mercedes-Benz to be really helpful and always be there when you need them. Thank you so much to Mercedes-Benz Brampton. If you need any cars, I'll link their websites at the description. Until then, I'll see you next time. Peace.